What is going on? I'm zmoT, and no more sneak peeks, no more hypotheticals. The new update has dropped. If you don't have it, go get it. Mine did not update automatically, but it was quick and painless. Code zmoT, 2 hours left. We're going to refresh that one just to make sure we annoy you guys. I've got some flickering here. Okay, it looks to be my monitor, not the video stream, so we're going to press forward now. For those of you who are not at the correct XP level, this is not going to be available, obviously, but for me, it is now. Lots and lots of resources required. Thankfully, I followed my own video guide, and I've got lots of stuff in here, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about or how to fill your resource boat up, do check the cards up there. I have covered this for years. I broke this when they first introduced the change, and we're going to load up our storages. Now, all of your storages will fill up, but the next time you click collect, of course, you're not pulling out other stuff. So we are just going to focus on getting our headquarters up. And as you can see by the fact that I've got the green arrows enabled, there are lots and lots of stuff. Now, speaking of stuff and green arrows, I highly recommend going in and turning off camera shake right now. Also, dark clouds. I don't know why I had light clouds on, but this screen is one that people don't know is there or don't go in often enough, so I wanted to make sure that it was there because I like it a lot bit. And now we're going to get that headquarters upgraded ASAP. Now, do we have any of those build tokens? Let's give it a go. Now, unfortunately, we can't use a second build token at the second on the armory because our headquarters has to be upgraded first. So we are going to speed that up. I do have a blueprint, thankfully. Gonna spend that. And now I want to get my armory upgraded first. I know we've got a brand new building here. This engraver is pretty darn great, but on the flip side, we also have our gold storage is full. So I want to get my armory upgrade rockin' and rollin'. Need to go back down here, get that going. And I've heard from a couple of you didn't even notice there's an armory upgrade, but that is important. Get that going. That way you have a place to dump all of your golds. And yes, I know we could go into the tribes and dump it there, but I am not a big fan of that. I need to redesign this base. These trees making bad things happen. So actually, you know what? I don't like cutting down trees, and now you can see my vault, which is all naked back there. But we are gonna just keep pressing forward. Need to collect some more of that goodness. Need to get this in no suitable location still. Okay, we're gonna move you over to there. I hate having buildings touching, but that should be a big enough space. Clearly this engraver is large and in charge. Build tokens. There we go. So that is where doing the boom pass is super, super helpful. We can use that build tokens to get that started. And now I am going to move my engraver up to the front there, if I can. There we go. Engraver moved up to the front. We're going to look at finishing that in a second or so. Our armory is going. Our engraver is going. And now one other thing that you probably want to get going, even though it's only 1 extra GBE, get that gunboat going. And yes, at this point, I am just flexing the number of build tokens I have. And let's just check to see how many of those I actually have. I got 7. So you'll notice that there is no landing craft upgrade this time, which is kind of nice because, man, those landing crafts can be a complete and utter chore. Also, statue storage was from a previous update. I just have not upgraded it, I don't think. No sculptor upgrade, so the important things have been started. Our bunkers, ooh, we got a new bunker, goodness. Or maybe I just haven't finished upgrading my bunker. And so I suppose we show the actual official release notes. So we get 1 additional stone storage, don't care. 1 additional boom mine, hooray. We can upgrade the quarry, gold storage, statue storage. Oh, we can upgrade the statue storage. Look at that. Gunboat, armory, landing crafts cannot be upgraded. And then defenses, the bunker, like we saw, sniper tower, machine gun, mortar, cannon, flamethrower, boom cannon, rocket launcher, critter launcher, shock launcher. Now, I am going to be maxing out my critter launchers. If you missed any of my sneak peeks or all of my sneak peeks, if you look at the critter launchers now, they now reflect the damage statues you have on your base. So the critter damage has been doubled, and when my statues are boosted, they'll be doubled again, essentially. So that is going to be super, super interesting. Maybe not attacking people with boosted offensive statues or having to be a little bit more careful. Regardless, nice little wrinkle. Also, on Warships, do pay a lot of attention next season to critters in all of their capacities, because that is going to be a game changer. I also had one other question from my sneak peeks. This boost applies to all NPC units. That means Super Warriors, if they're in next season, will be OP as heck. Other items not changed so much, but Super Warriors and Critters are going to be a big, big, big change. Maybe. We'll have to wait and find out. Anyways, moving down, Armory has upgraded. Yes, there are new levels of Zookas and Boom Mines and Shock Mines. That Shock Mine level will be very interesting because of Smoke level, and then Heroes can be upgraded one level. So there's your place to spend your gold. So I preached early on about getting that Armory upgraded so you could spend your gold, and you could have just gone in here and upgraded one of your heroes. Oopsie, but still, I'd rather upgrade my armory than a hero. And then finally, after the upgrade, Brick's Cluster Grenade, who cares? And Everspark's Explosive Charge, also who cares? Now, on the Everspark front, this is going to be very interesting. Critter Swarm, all of a sudden, the critters have, whoops, I'm not showing you the screen here. All of a sudden, these 18 critters, which will become 20 critters if we get that Critter Swarm upgraded, will be doing double damage. So I will be using Everspark a little bit here. Just, you know what, let's just do one silly attack on Dr. T and see just where critters go. We're going to throw some critters there. We'll throw a speed serum on top, and I'm going to tell you they seem to be faster, even though we have no way of comparison. So they passed the eye test. You know what? We're going to do all 7 stages. But first, we're going to jump in and get that engraver done, because I'm very curious to see. You can see back there that my, what was that thing called? My iron mine was hiding a bunch of mines. Let's just find out how many mines the engraver hides. Doesn't hide them nearly as well. Have to move them a little teeny tiny bit. You see that my shock mine is still leaning out the side there. So as far as hiding mines go, the iron mine is much, much better, as you can see there, but still have the ability to hide some mines with the engraver if you care to do such a thing. Now, as far as research goes, I have lots and lots and lots of shards, but I am super cheap. So the idea of spending, and you'll notice here that if you saw my sneak peek, if we start this, we've got 2866. We're going to start that. If we cancel, do we get them back? Yes, we do. So as soon as you start one, it goes from 5 to 7. Start the next, it goes from 7 to 15. Next goes from 15 to 30. So super, super expensive if you want to upgrade these bit by stinking little bit. Now, in my video yesterday, I showed off a tier list as far as which ones we want to focus on. So Power Surge was decent. Also, Armory, they have fixed the bug already. So apparently, Armory has been fixed, or Armor has been fixed. This one, very, very interesting. And because I've got instant training, the triage one is not one I'm going to focus on. So I'm not going to spend my green. I am going to spend my purples, though, and so we're going to get this started, and I'm going to go the slow approach, which is not super exciting for a YouTuber. I'm not going to drop $1,000 just to get a max level engraving. Sorry, but my kids need food and sports and way too much stuff. So we'll get that started, and I might start, I haven't decided if I'm going to do 1 or 2 at a time, but 8 hours, probably going to speed that up a little bit with some of these guys. You know what? Let's do that right now. We've got 2,500 of these. I am happy spending these time savers for some reason as opposed to my shards, which I have a bajillion of. And we've got triage. The one that I just said is completely and utterly useless to me. So that is a bit of a frustration. The fact that you can't choose which of these things you get. But don't forget, get that going. And Boom Beach, I'd be with the Boom Pass. They've added sculptor slots, so you can queue these things up bit by bit. Would you guys be open to engraver slots? Because I definitely would be if I could line up like 10 of these in a row and not have to spend the extra costs. That seems like a plus to me. Let me know in the comments down below. Again, just me spitballing things. That's from me to you. If you guys agree, I'll send it to Boom Beach. Very curious to hear what you guys have to say about that. Gonna get our submarine going, and I'm just gonna see if I can beat all 7 stages of Dr. T with Everspark. That is the bulk of my upgrade notes. I know that there is probably going to be more than that as we work our way through this, but just wanted to point out the proper upgrade order, or a upgrade order, and showing a couple small details that I didn't go into in my sneak peeks. So the engraver, I've gone through it in left, right, and center always from Sunday, but the rest of it, there's lots and lots that will be exposed. And one of the things that some of you, I think someone on Reddit was saying that, hold on, I'm going to go back. I'll go back here. We're going to speed this up to 3 times. As my critters are doing double damage, I'd be very surprised if we can take down all 7 stages with critters unboosted. But one of the comments people were a little bit confused by, we're talking about where are we at? We're going to scroll over, slows down, decreases. And this one, the intel boost, your troops gain 5% of the opponent's offensive statue boosts. And this one, I ranked very low, and that was for a very good reason. Dr. T, for example, does not have any offensive statues. If we jump into an operation attack over here, Cooker does not have any offensive statues. So that's why for me, Intel is kind of useless. Yes, it's okay for PvP, but that's it. It's not going to be good for your Cycle of Evil. It's not going to be good for Mega Crab. It's not going to be good for anything but PvP. So that's why I've ranked that one fairly lowly. And now, just again, trying our darndest to get this thing down, and we're just going to throw all of the critters. We'll throw Everspark over here. We'll get some of those, and then all of the critters back in here. We're going to throw a shock back there. We'll throw a shock on the critter launchers, and Dr. T's critter launchers obviously will not be any more powerful because Dr. T does not have any offensive statues. So our critters have been supercharged. They're now super critters. Will be doing some testing on that just to double check that they are doing double damage, because I'm very, very curious to see how that's going to affect the next season of Warships. I mean, even if you get double, like 100% troop damage, if you can get those critters doing double damage on an engine room with a shock or a cryo bomb or something, you're going to be able to HQ rush all sorts of things. So we're going to throw some shocks back here, throw that on there, and then with Speed Serum. Now, just a quick note that Speed Serum does have the damage. That's a little bit of a weird thing that people don't really understand. I think they do 4 times the attack and half the damage, so they end up doing more damage. But that's why the adrenaline engraving is so great, is because it does extra damage and extra speed and doesn't have the damage or anything like that. So there's been some discussions on my Discord about that one. We are going to get rid of you and you, trying to reduce it to 1 shock on that back section. There's a lot of single shot stuff around here. And if you guys have never tried this before, I highly, highly recommend, because it makes you really, really think about where to drop your critters, where to spend your gunboat energy, etc., etc. So we're going to drop right about there. We're going to throw a shock about there, and then Speed Serum just to try to speed up all of our critters to remove as many defenses as we possibly can as we get Everspark out, and there's no way we're going to take down Stage 6 at the second. So that is as far as we got. There's just too many single shot defenses, too many ranged stuff, and too much health. So I'm going to carry on, and you know what? Let's go back to upgrading. That's enough resources. I said we needed to get some gold, places to spend our gold. Then I didn't start spending any of my gold. I am going to get Miss Brick upgraded. It's a very expensive upgrade, but our armory hasn't quite finished yet, which of course we will use a blueprint. Don't use time savers, then a blueprint. You're just wasting time savers. And now all of the upgrades open up to us. And it's kind of funny how there's a group of people who say I don't want upgrades for the sake of upgrades, and I am in that pool, but I also like having something to upgrade. It's like, sorry, I should rephrase that. I like having something that I actually use to upgrade. I don't care about upgrading my machine guns, but I definitely care about upgrading things in my armory. So I am going to be getting my laser rangers to that next level. I'm going to be getting my Zukas to that next level, and probably my shock bombs as well. Just do know, let's see here, what do we get? We get an extra 1 second on the shock bomb. Do we get an extra level of smoke or flare? No. So, and the shock mines are going to give an extra half a second. So not a big deal, but all of those little details add up to changing gameplay, and we need to restart and revisit a whole bunch of different functionalities. So well done, Boom Beach. So far, I haven't seen any major bugs in the comments or in Discord or Telegram or anything like that. So maybe, knock on wood, etc., etc. I am going to leave this one because I don't really need that one gunboat energy anytime soon. Gonna leave that. Nothing super sexy here. No, what did I have last time? Like 9. Last time I had like 8 landing crafts going at once, plus the gunboat, but I still got lots and lots of fuel in this tank, so I will be doing some upgrades off screen. If I've missed anything, please hit me up in the comments. I know sometimes I forget to place down buildings in Warships, or I forget to upgrade things, or I skip over tiny details or big details. So if you are new to the channel, do check the comments down below. I have the best commenters in all of Boom Beach, maybe even all of YouTube. So I'll talk to you soon. Keep that submarine diving, keep booming those beaches, keep those upgrades rocking and rolling, and I'll talk to you soon. I'm zmoT. Thank you for coming in. Peace.